Now, Africa stands at a critical juncture in its economic trajectory, with bold initiatives shaping its financial future. Well, CGTN's Beatrice Marshall had a sit-down with the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, Claver Gatete, and they discussed the recently launched Africa Credit Rating Agency and, of course, the continent's push for a new global financial structure.
The new elections that now we have the new leaders of the institution, African Union Commission, and that means that actually now we are ready to continue the work that ECA has been working with African Union Commission in terms of the implementation of the Agenda 2063, their 10-year program that they have that started last year with 7 moonshots, and that now that we have a team, we have all the agencies. The rest is now how to implement.
Where is the Africa CFTA at the moment? At what level of implementation is it?
It is being implemented slowly by slowly. Definitely the countries are trading now, but we need to do more. And that's why we need to look at countries not as a country as only, but also as a region. How do we develop, for example, the mineral value chains? We have 94 value chains that we have identified in all the different areas. And we want to make sure that we start implementing them, de-risk, bring in the private sector, so there is more investment by private sector in a way that is more assured, taking away the risk that really is preventing them from investing. And I think now what matters is the countries that have started trading. The rest is what we need to do more so that we can accelerate that kind of trade. And that's why we started now talking about credit rating. There is a rating of the countries, which is a big factor. It determines the investment that are coming in. It determines the cost of money that they are borrowing as countries, governments, but also as private sector people. And that's why the credit rating now is becoming very critical. And especially that the aid is now fading completely, we are going to rely on trade and investment.
So let's stick with that credit rating agency for a moment. How do you see that actually impacting Africa's ability to access credit internationally, particularly since the other available credit rating agencies are all foreign?
Let me start with other, first of all, credit rating agencies. We have Fitch, we have Standard & Poor's, we have Moody's. They have been on the continent for a long time. And then they are not located, they don't have offices in our own countries. They don't know the dynamics, the culture, the issues that countries face when you're running a country. And at the same time, when they come to do the rating, since they are not there, there are issues they don't know. And whenever they give you a rating, nobody's holding them accountable, whether it is right or wrong. So you can see the risk in itself, that we want to make sure that things are done in a transparent manner, they are done in a consultative manner, and then at the end of the day, when there's a rating, it is reflecting really the reality on the ground. But you cannot just come on your own and do whatever you want to do and then give a rating. That's a risk. Now, that's why countries like China have their own. Countries like Japan have their own. And we as Africa also have our own because we don't have any benchmark. What do you compare it with? I can complain my rating is not good, but I'm comparing it with what? Nobody's stopping them from rating, no. But we need to have a benchmark. We need to have a comparison so that we know that maybe we need to do more investment here and there, and that's why we need to combine it with two. Having a rating agency, but also having a program to support our member countries to know what do you need to do so that you can improve your ratings. So that program, that combination becomes very useful. So our own does not mean that we ignore others, but our own will also be able to take into consideration the challenges, the realities of each of the countries, which are different. And I think this is going to help in terms of economic development, because now we've started now moving away from borrowing concessional loans, which has shrunk so much, and our economies have grown. Now we have moved into an area whereby we need to borrow on also the capital market, on the international market. And to do that, they look at how rating you have, because you can't run away from it.